Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Miss Coral Cobra was in her hut and we were going to start shooting, but the battery was dead. So she's out looking. She is quite hungry because she laid 6 very nice eggs. Come here, you crazy beast. Do you want this? Oh, we're going to be striky, huh? Come on, get in there. Gotta be careful because get the mouse and not the... She likes biting the feeding tongues. No, that's not food.
Yeah.
There you go. Crazy thing. And we got something for you, dude. We just had to get her mouth full before you got into trouble. And not that you were trying to. You want this, huh? Come on. Come on. Yeah, he's a lot more civilized to feed than she is.
She is quite hungry.
Yes, she's quite deflated. Like I said, she laid 6 eggs. We'll have a look at those and I'll edit those into the video at some point. So she's really, really hungry. So coral cobras, you know, we've always been told that their venom isn't really that toxic and you treat it symptomatically, but I'm aware of 2 recent developments in the discussion of coral cobras. Is one, I know somebody here in Pennsylvania who got bit by a lubricus like this, and they ended up in intensive care for 3 days with serious respiratory paralysis, etc., etc. So we need to rethink coral cobra venom a bit. On top of that, oh, you want to eat ass first? I'm sorry, I gave it to you the wrong way. The other thing, there was a recent development, a published paper came out saying that South African polyvalent does seem to counteract the symptoms of coral cobra venom, the effects, let's say. Another interesting thing about South African polyvalent, there is this equine virus going around Africa, and the USDA wants to make sure that it doesn't make it here. So currently there's an embargo on the importation of South African antivenin. The USDA is afraid that, and I don't understand this, that somehow someone would give a U.S. horse this antivenin from Africa, and to counteract a bite by an African snake, and I don't understand their logic, but this is government stuff, so logic seldom applies, and then infecting U.S. horses with this virus and a mosquito biting that horse and then spreading it to other horses. This is the government. They don't work by logic and science, generally speaking. So right now, You can't get South African polyvalent imported into the U.S. So zoos, venom labs, and the few private keepers that actually keep African snakes needs to sort of rethink their antivenin supply. I have friends who treat snake bite in Africa, who swear by the antivenin called Inoserp. It's made in Spain. It has a wide variety of African snakes, venom used in its creation. South African polyvalent only has venom from East African gaboons, perhaps some West African gaboons, Cape Cobra, let's see what else is in there, puff adder. I think basically that's pretty much it. Inoserp has venom from 3 species of Echis, coloratus, Leucogaster, and Ocellatus. It has rhino viper, forest cobra, 3 different mambas: eastern, western, black mamba. I think also Jamesoni. I correct myself. Are you full? So it's a new fab fragment. Stop it. Stop it. Relax.
She's trying to bite the plastic now.
She is mental. She really is. Here you go. Here you go. Come on. There you go.
Oh, she dropped it.
Oh no. Well, look. You're a mental case. Stop biting the plastic and anything else that's in the area. Come on. You missed it.
You missed something that's being put right in your face.
Well, she's very adept at that. So, at any rate, this is perhaps a good substitute antivenin. I mean, the gold standard is South African polyvalent. So change becomes difficult when your life depends on it, and you know one thing works quite well. I know from personal experience the South African antivenin does a good job, and I didn't have any serum reaction afterwards. But if you can't get it, either you should give up your venomous snakes that rely on that antivenin, or buy some Inoserp, which I am in the process of obtaining some. I also have a stock of 15 vials of South African polyvalent that arrived well before the embargo, that I have on hand just in case. So as I was saying, the coral cobra venom seems to be neutralized by South African polyvalent, but let's sort of not try to find out exactly how that works. Now, I have been nipped quite solidly by a female coral cobra several years ago. It caught me really well on my fingertip of my index finger, and I just had cytotoxic symptoms, just some swelling of the fingertip. My fingertip sort of looked like E.T.'s, was glowing red from the movie. After a few days it just sort of subsided and went away, but it was a good solid bite. It was a rather painful experience, no neurotoxic symptoms. So I really didn't need to do very much other than just be aware. Now, hey dude, do you want another? Huh? How you doing? You want another? Huh? Come on. Come get that. I see your little snoot. Come on, dude. Come on. Good job. Oh, are you back? Are you back? Oh, come on.
She wants to explore.
Probably wants to find her eggs. Come on. You're being difficult. And your belly's full. If I didn't have to keep your mouth occupied while the boy is doing his thing, I would stop feeding you right now. Come here. Here's a fat one. You want more? Because if you don't want more, there you go. I'm going to put you in a bin. Come on. Come on. It's a bit risky, but she is bulldogging it and not interested in letting it go. It's actually pretty rare when I put my hands on one of my snakes. You know, I'm not like other people. I don't take them out for photo ops. I don't handle them. I don't open cages just to say hello, typically. These are very dangerous animals with serious consequences when you screw up. So I really prefer to look at them from behind the glass and only interact with them when I need to interact. These guys, didn't we just change their cage prior to her giving birth?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, there seems to be some flies in here, and I may want to address that with a chunk of pest strip.
Well, you may want to also, you know, move the substrate around a bit and see if maybe an egg was missed.
Yeah, I'll do that, but I'm not going to disturb the dining process. I'll do that later.
I can't believe how fat she is.
Yeah, yeah. It's just that, you know, middle-aged spread that females get. I'm sorry. You know, I've been feeding her small items, not very big ones, but, you know, what does she have to do? She sits there and watches TV all day, so to speak.
We're talking about one of the saw-scale vipers, not the coral cobra. She
Yeah.
is quite svelte these days after dropping all the eggs.
Well, yeah, well, she gives live birth. She gave birth to like 39 the last time. So I fixed that problem, and she inhabits a cage all by herself with no males.
Watch it. She's on her way over.
Yep, I see her. Oh, she's coming to see you. Do you want another one? You really want to overfeed yourself, huh? You're thinking about that, maybe that's enough? Easy. There you go, amazing. Alright, well that's all for her, for sure. I think she's replaced the mass of the entire clutch of eggs. Come on, dude. You want another, huh? You want another? I'll give you another. There you go, bud. Okay. With her in there, he sometimes gets shortchanged because it's her mouth I have to keep busy, and as you can see, he's like, you know, very shy and retiring, where she's not.
Boy, oh boy.
Just like a female. I mean, okay, you know, I had the 3 Echis leucogaster together, and the male likes geckos. The females eat live rodents, so you guys never get to see them feed. For no reason at all. One of the female bit him on the head 2 weeks in a row. So, you know, for no reasons, because they were fed. They don't generally eat geckos, but she just wanted to be a bitch. So I moved him out. I'll put him back in when it comes time for reproduction, and then probably take him back out. Okay, so there's some fresh water. That's all for these guys. She's cleaning her face. So just go curl up and digest and leave the boy alone. So we'll take a quick peek at the eggs in the incubator. These are the coral cobra eggs. There's 8, not 6, as previously said. Those 2 are deflated and questionable. The rest all look good. So we'll just soil's nice and moist. Vermiculite. You know, this product was originally intended to have a rack in there, and you put your eggs on the rack, and it's over water. I was never able to get any of them to hatch when over water, so I just went back to the old tried and true and used their box for that, because it fits nicely in the incubator. Oh well. Some people have good results with that over water. I don't. So that's just the way things go.